Hey guys, it's me, Tina. I'm back. I've had some time to sit and think about what I wanted to talk about today. Um, we're just getting started. Doesn't look like there's anybody here yet, so I'm going to give it a minute, see if anybody shows up. Just going to be covering some basics on how I got where I am at and why I want to share it with you because there's no reason why none of us can be out there doing this and making money in whatever capacity we choose to do it. So that being said, give me just a minute. Let's let some people show up and we'll get started. Welcome. I'm not sure who that is, but hi. Um, let's see. Where are we going to start? So today I'm going to be basically going over some things about reselling and how to get started. Just going to sit here and talk and wait, see if anybody shows up. This is going to be recorded, so you guys are going to get to sit here and watch me be stupid. So anyway, I guess until somebody shows up, we'll just sit here and talk. So if somebody watches this video playback later, y'all can see what we discussed. If anybody does decide to show up, I'm new to this, so we may not have anybody come in tonight. Anyway, so I'm a reseller. I live in Southeast Texas in the middle of a forest. There's nothing here. I live in a very small town. We have 2 thrift stores, 2, and they're very, very tiny. So we don't have a lot of options. So I do a lot of driving around to other towns in the area to source for my stores. I resell a lot of different things. And I am always looking for new things, new ways to make money, getting ready to start a new endeavor this week, as a matter of fact, with my father. So we'll see how that turns out. Maybe another way make some more money. Anyway, still waiting on people to show up. There's nobody here yet, so I guess I'm just waiting to see what happens. I really like what I do. It's a lot of fun. I mean, who doesn't like shopping and getting paid for it? I think that this is a great way for people to make money, and you can do it when you're out by yourself, or you can go out with your friends, or you can go out with your family, and you can make a day of it and just go have fun and know that at the end of the day, you got all the stuff that you spend minimal money on because you're going to do it the right way. Hence is why I'm here, so I can try to teach some people some of this stuff so that you guys can learn what I'm learning. You can learn with me. I'm crashed and burned a couple times. So that being said, you're going to make mistakes. This is an easy field to make mistakes on. You're going to have people who are going to try to pull scams on you. You're going to have people who are going to try to give you something for nothing. They try to talk you down on your prices, and you're like, feel like you're practically giving things away sometimes. And sometimes you just got to let things sit and stand your ground and not mess with your prices and just let it sit, because eventually there's going to be that one person that comes to your store and sees it and says, you know what, that's actually a really good price on that, and they're going to buy it. I'm living proof of that. I have an item that just sold today that has been sitting in my store for about 5 months now. Completely forgot that it was even in there, and I got a message out of nowhere telling me, hey, by the way, this sold today. So an easy $50. I spent $1 on that item. Again, this is why I want to share this with other people, because this is something you can do on your days off to earn just some extra income to help get through these tight spots we're all going through right now, because the economy is in such bad shape. And I don't care who's responsible or why they're responsible. That's not what's important. The fact of the matter is we've got to pull together and try to figure out ways to help each other get through this. And if this is how I can do that, then, well, this is what I'm going to do for you. So that being said, I think I have one person in the room. So give me just a second. I got to close a couple of windows here. Not sure who's here, but hi. Welcome to the room. Um, anyway, so basically, I kind of fell on this. Weirdly, it was when a person in my life passed away that meant a lot to me. And she had a lot of things, a lot of beautiful things. She was a borderline hoarder, and she has a big house, stuff, every room, every corner, every nook, every cranny's full of stuff. And when she passed away, my father said, we need to figure out what to do with some of this stuff because there's so much of it. And so he gave me some of those items and told me to see what I could do with it. So I took it home and out of nowhere just threw it into a Facebook marketplace store and said, okay, well, let's see what happens. The most random weird thing that I put in the store was some little plastic measuring cups that look like geese. And I mean, they were plastic. They were made out of melamine, but they were adorable and they were really old. And it was every one of them were there. They were perfect. There was nothing wrong with them. I didn't know they had any value. I listed them and I sold them for like, I think $25 to some guy in Hollywood, California. And he was just so smitten over his little goose measuring cups. Anyway, it's really a great stepping stone. If you don't have any money to go out and say buy a few things at the thrift store, look around your house. We all have things that we've bought. We're all guilty of it. We buy things and we don't think about it and we think we're going to use it. We don't use it, or we use it once, maybe twice, and then we throw it to the side and then we don't ever use it again. And it's still good. It still has value. It still has purpose. It still has life left in it. It's just that you don't want it anymore. So why not take these items that you've got sitting around your house, pots and pans, especially pots and pans made in the United States of America. If you have any extra pots and pans, those are big money. I have a pot, one quart pot made by Wolfgang Puck. 1 quart pot right there is worth $27 used with no lid. Okay, so think about these things. You have money laying around your house. You could potentially make money with just stuff laying around your house. So think about that. Go around and just start looking through your closets, looking through your pantries, looking through your cabinets, looking through your garage, just all the little places that we tend to stick things. Your junk drawer. You'd be surprised what ends up in your junk drawer. Did you know that marbles are worth more, like a lot of money, especially the shooter marbles, the really big ones? Okay, so that being said, if you have a spare $20 bill laying around, hence my video, you can go to your local Goodwill, thrift stores, local thrift stores. A lot of them have different names and stuff. You've got garage sales, yard sales, estate sales. There's so many different ways to source for inventory. Let your friends and your family and people around you know what you do, because you'd be surprised how many people will be like, you know what, I've got a bunch of junk just laying around I've been looking to get rid of, and you can just have it. Matter of fact, I had a gentleman whose wife had these and she's been looking to get rid of them, and she was just going to throw them out. And he brought them to me. No charge. He brought me 4 of them. I mean, they're not worth that much. I could probably sell each one $15 to $20 a piece. But the thing is I didn't pay for them. And because he knew what I did, he brought them to me. I have 4 of them up there. If I sold all 4 of them as a set, $60, that's $60. Nothing came out of my pocket. But, so back to the $20 bill. I love going to Goodwill. That's my place. Been to some thrift stores down in the Houston area. Not real impressed with them. Don't like them. A lot of the thrift stores in Lufkin and say Jasper, Livingston, they've been really good. Nacogdoches, College Station, Bryan, Navasota, all have really great thrift stores, and I'm slowly sourcing my way out. Find you a good thrift store. One, particularly usually small towns are better. They usually have better inventory. They're not as picked over as the big cities. If you're looking for newer type stuff, more contemporary items, you'd like to sell more like Pier 1, Home Goods, things like that. You can do that. That's okay. You can go get those things. Typically, the Goodwills and thrift stores near college towns are really good for that stuff because typically those college kids, they go to school, they go to class, they go home for the summer. They throw all that stuff on the curb for big trash day, and it ends up in the dump or it ends up in a Goodwill donation bin. So, that being said, think about those things. I can go to Goodwill. Keep in mind, you have things on your phone, you have apps on your phone. I don't know if I can drop their names on here. I don't know what the rights are, so I'm still new to this, so please forgive me. I know this probably seems so amateur. It is. I'm learning. Anyway, um, you can go to your local Goodwills, especially the small towns, go in with your $20 bill and find things. Take those apps. Um, there's one that has the big, you know what, with the camera, and then there's the one with the big, you know what, that has the camera. And all you do is, if you're not really sure, and I wouldn't say just whip your camera out like a professional photographer right there in front of everybody that works at the store and start snapping pictures, because then they're going to be like, some stores don't really like resellers very much. They're not real hip to us. They're on to us. So you just kind of have to be stealth and just, be sly about it. Just be like, take a quick picture, take off, go for a quick walk, maybe grab it, set it in your basket. That way nobody else can grab it. Wait for the comp to come back, see if it holds any value. If it does, you keep going, pay for it, get the heck out of there. If it doesn't, you can just stick it back up on the shelf and let the next person come along and take it home. Rule of thumb with most resellers is you never want to pay more for something that you can't make at least 50% more of. So, for instance, if you see something on the shelf and they're trying to charge you, say, $2.99 for it, but you can only make maybe $11, $12, it's probably not worth your time, because by the time you put the time into taking pictures of it, the time invested in listing them, typing up the descriptions, packaging them up, taking them to the post office, you end up losing money. So you want to, if something's going to cost you, say, $2.99, it's best to look at it something like you want it to be 3 times. So $2.99, that's $3. So we'll just say $15 rule of thumb. A slight markup. You want to make sure that you're making money, because you have to remember that these platforms are going to be charging you fees, and they're reasonable fees. I don't care what anybody says. These people are allowing you to use their platform to put your stuff on there so that you don't have to create your own. They do all the advertising for you. They handle all the sales tax for you. They handle all of the labels. If you don't want to do anything with that, they will get all of that to you. All you have to do is just get them printed off and stick them to your package and take them down to the post office. It's not rocket science. So, that being said, you find something. My first item I bought in a Goodwill probably cost me like $3. After I ran the comps on it, I realized it was worth probably about $50. Took it home, took my pictures, added some stuff to it, listed it, and I ran it for $50. And it sold about a week later for $45. And I was like, wow, okay, that's a pretty good profit, even with the fees and everything taken out. And what's nice is you don't have to worry about sales tax, because all the big platforms, Mercari, Poshmark, eBay, Facebook, they send the sales tax to the state for you. You don't have to pay it. It's all being handled, and at the end of the year, you can print all your tax forms, and it's all ready for you. I do recommend keeping your own books, just so that if you ever do get audited by the IRS on where your extra income came from, you have your records. Keep your receipts when you're buying stuff. Yes, Mom, I know I'm messing with my hair. I'm sorry. Anyway, so needless to say, you find things that are cheap. You buy them cheap and you sell them high. When you sell that item, take half of that money, keep it for yourself. You earned it. Take the other half, go get you some more stuff. I I have a thrift store here. It's mostly clothing. They have a few other little things, but it's mostly clothing. And at the beginning of the month, she cycles through a lot of her stuff and she throws everything with certain color price tags into these big storage bins on the floor. And everything in those storage bins is 50 cents. So blue jeans are $1, shoes are $1. And I go crazy and I buy all my stuff in there because it's good stuff and it still has great life in it and it still holds value. And there's people who still want this stuff. It's just somehow made it to a plastic storage bin on the floor in some thrift store in the middle of nowhere in a forest in southeast Texas. And I'm giving it the opportunity to have another life, another opportunity to be seen on someone else and be pretty again. Anyway, that being said, so you do this snowball effect. You take that $20, you go buy a couple of things, you sell them. You take half that money, keep it for yourself. Take the other half of that money, go buy you some more stuff. Take that stuff, list it, sell it. Each time you want to keep learning in between those purchases so that you know every time you learn more and more and more so that you know what's valuable so you can start getting the really valuable things. Um, I picked up something that I didn't know. They're just little glass bowls. These bowls are worth $75 a piece. I thought they were just glass bowls. And so, to my surprise, these little green glass bowls, the set, are worth $150. I paid $6 for the set. So, if I do sell those bowls, that's an amazing profit. They'll probably sit for a while, and that's okay. Um, but anyway, so just keep doing that process. Every little bit of money you make, take half of it, keep it for yourself, reinvest it into your business, reinvest it into yourself. Go get yourself a nice coffee, whatever it is you want to do. If it pay a bill, I don't care. Take the other half, go get you some new stuff, and just keep repeating that process and start snowballing that money up. And just every time you buy a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and before you know it, you'll end up like me. I've got like over 450 items listed on eBay right now, and that's a lot considering I've only been doing this for about 3 months now. I've been told the magic number is 1,000 items or more is when you'll really start to see sales come in daily, like multiple sales, and that's what I'm going for. So, um, again, the good platforms to look at are going to be Poshmark, Mercari, eBay. Marketplace is good. Sometimes things can sit for a while, and then all of a sudden, boom, it'll sell, and you're like, whoa. Um, Let me see, what else do we have? We've got OfferUp. I'm not really sure how I feel about OfferUp yet. I've listed a bunch of stuff. Not one thing sold. It's just kind of, I don't know. Not sure where I'm going with that one yet. I have a Shopify account. Shopify kind of feel the same way. Etsy's okay, but it's very specific, and you have to be involved in those very specific fields. Otherwise, you can't list on Etsy. So it's kind of a hit or miss with Etsy, and so far I haven't had very much luck with Etsy. So, and that's fine. My 4 big platforms are working very well for me, and now we have a new platform called Whatnot, which is a live auction platform, and I am trying to get in to be able to start doing that soon. Fingers crossed. I'm also made Poshmark ambassador, so pretty soon I'm working on hopefully maybe doing Poshmark videos too, live auctions, and seeing what goes on with that. So these are things that you can do too. And I've done this 2 days a week. I do have a full-time job. Um, you can do this as a career if you want to. If you do really good and you're just like, okay, I'm done with working for the man, as they like to say. Or you can do it for residual income on your days off. Take one of your days off and do this and make some extra money. I do it 2 days a week, and I'm averaging about $400 to $500 a week at this point. Um, it it can be done. Now, things that you probably want to consider before doing this. Is this something I really want to do? I don't want to make this sound like it's all perfect. It's not. The shopping part, yeah, that's the fun part. I mean, like I said, who doesn't love to shop? Everybody likes shopping. You go out, you shop, you buy stuff. It's fun. You like it. You're like, woo. The hard part is going home and processing it. You've got to clean everything up. You've got to get it looking pretty. You've got to run comps on it. You've got to make all your notes. You got to enter it to your computer so that you have all your information for business purposes. Then you have to photograph everything, and then you have to list it, and then you have to inventory it into your storage area. And then when it sells, you have to get it packaged up and shipped. And then you have to hold your breath until your buyer gets it and hope to God everything goes okay, because some of these shipping services we use are wretched. Yes, Mom, I know I'm playing with my hair again. Anyway, I can't help it. I'm a hair player. Anyway, neither here nor there. It might be something you want to do. It might not. You might try it a couple times and be like, it's not my thing. You might get into it and be like me and be like, well, why didn't I discover this 20 years ago? Okay, this is something that you'll hear a lot on some of these other YouTuber videos that are teaching you same things that I'm teaching you, that have been doing it a lot longer than I have. So they actually have a lot of really good information. That's where I've learned a lot of the stuff that I've actually learned. I didn't take a class. I didn't go purge people down at the store. I literally sat here and have watched hours and hours and hours of videos of other people who sell like I do, who do YouTube videos, who go on there and put themselves out there on video to show us how to do what they're doing, because it is possible to literally do this as a career. And you can spend so much more time with your family and have so much more freedom and be happier. Now, as far as shipping, something to consider. There are going to be things that you're going to want to ship here that you're not going to want to ship here. Reasons are there are some platforms that have shipping limits, and if you go over that shipping limit, it is the seller's responsibility to pick up that balance. So choose to sell on other platforms for that reason. Usually if it's something more than 5 pounds, I'll list it on eBay for sure. There's a lot of different reasons why you will sell some things on one site and some things on other sites. I always recommend whatever selling platform you decide to use, please don't skip over it and pretend like you read it and click yes, I read it and I agree. Actually read the terms and conditions, because there are a lot of things that you can do, that you can list, that you can post that can cause you to lose your store. I've had 2 postings pulled down because I was not aware that we can't sell them online. And I guess that is something that can happen. And I'm okay with that. When they took them down, I said, that's fine. I get it. I didn't read the rules apparently very thoroughly. So I do recommend that you stay on top of reading the rules and the regulations so that you don't lose your store, because I've put in 3 months of work and taken tons of photographs and done lots of editing to keep up my eBay store that has over 450 items in it. The last thing I want to do is list something that's going to get it shut down permanently. And eBay don't play. If they shut your account down permanently, you're done. There's no more selling on eBay. And if you have anybody in your household who has an eBay account, they may try to shut theirs down too. So you have to be very, very careful. So always read those things when they give them to you to read, because you could get yourself into some troubles, especially when it comes to medical equipment. Be careful with medical equipment. There are medical equipment companies out there, if you happen to find something that is medical equipment based, that will buy those things because they have the capabilities and the ability to professionally sterilize the equipment so that it can be resold to the general public again. When you're dealing with medical, you're dealing with a whole cootie thing. So I don't know if I'm supposed to say cooties on YouTube, but oops, I said cooties. I've said it 3 times now. So good YouTubers that do this that you can watch that are amazing, who've taught me so much. And shout out to all of you, because I don't know if y'all have ever seen any of my messages to y'all, but here I am, and this is me saying hi. Crazy Lamp Lady. She is a nut. She's funny, and she likes weird, kitschy things. If you want to see someone who has a very unique style and an eye for odd things that have a lot of value, Crazy Lamp Lady is your girl. Another good one is Hustle at Home Mom. If you're into fashion and things like that, that's your girl right there. She is a fashion diva. She's really good at what she does, and she's got an amazing, successful e-commerce store. Um, for you guys, there's the Bearded Thrift Machine. He's really good too. And then Commonwealth Picker is another great one. If you want someone who will teach you things about things that you may not know anything about, she has an amazingly weird fountain of information in her brain. It just amazes me every time I watch a video how she knows something about everything that people show her. She has YouTube videos. Her name is Dr. Lori, Lori. She's actually, I believe, an appraiser for the Antiques Roadshow, or was, or I don't know, something to that effect. Anyway, all right. Well, I don't want to take too long with this video because I try to keep them as short as possible because it gets kind of boring and nobody's really chatting or anything. So, and that's fine because there's one person. Shout out to that one person. Um, so if anybody watches the video playback later, it's okay that you didn't make it to my live feed. I'm new to this and I didn't expect you to all show up, and that's okay. Um, we're just here to have fun and learn some things. I'm still learning, so I can't sit here and say that I'm going to be any better at it than you guys are. Heck, you might start doing it and say, "Hey, Tina, guess what?" And teach me something. And I'm down for that. So real quick before I end my video, I do always like to talk about my stuff. So, because that's what I do. Just give you an idea of the kind of things that I sell. So I might give you some ideas. And if you're interested in anything that I show you, you can always email me at my email address. It's Chickee, Chickee, that's 2 E's, 3439 at mail.com. Again, that's Chickee3439 at mail.com. I have stores on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace. If you're interested in how to get to those, I don't know how to put links and stuff down there yet. Working on that. Just message me and I'll shoot the link over to you. But like I said, easiest way is just email me, and if you see something you like, we'll talk. But again, I think I showed this last video. This is a beautiful carnival glass dish. It's really hard to get an idea of what it looks like in the light, but it has a very unique quality to it. It changes colors. Back in, I think it was the Depression or something to that extent, somewhere around that time period, they were doing things to glass and it came out and they didn't like the way it looked. And people thought it was so ugly, so that they gave it to the carnival. And carnivals were giving them away as prizes for the games that people played when they're at the carnival, and that's why it's called carnival glass. That being said, ta-da! Now it is highly sought after and it's beautiful. I'm gonna have a really hard time getting this away. I have it filled up with all kinds of things. These are keychains with little black cherries hanging on. I've got jewelry, pens, vintage. Oh, I just acquired this yesterday. This is a Japanese cylindrical hand-painted ceramic vase. It's in perfect condition. It's kind of an ivory white with hand-painted. It looks like possibly India ink, watercolor with a high shine glaze. It's got a bit of crazing from age, which is to be expected because I would probably assume that this is possibly vintage, getting close to being vintage, maybe vintage. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't run comps on this yet. I'm still got to do some investigating. Like I said, I just got this yesterday. This is a new one I got. This is a beautiful little lavender glass vase with gold gilt painting around the top edge and the center, with a very beautiful ornate hand-painted gold pattern around the base. It's a very beautiful little vase. It's not very big, but it sometimes size isn't what it's about. I have this beautiful vintage. No, it's not a salt shaker or a pepper shaker. I get so tired when I'm in these stores. I hear people, oh, it doesn't have the other shaker. I'm like, because it's not a shaker. This is a hat pin holder. It's vintage. It's a high gloss orange. It's got kind of a iridescent look to it and blue. It is beautiful and in perfect condition. It is from Japan. I just got that. I have this beautiful Murano glass vase that I just got. These are made in Italy. Murano glass from Murano, Italy. It's kind of a fuchsia, hot pinkish color. It's gorgeous. It's very heavy, very solid, good vase. Um, Vintage boutonnieres. I don't know if anybody would use those, but it's kitschy. It's cool. And for post-surgery doggies, I have an inflatable dog collar for a medium-sized dog. You just blow it up, pop it around their neck, and so that they can't lick their stitches. I have these for sale in my store. If you're interested, let me know. So like I said, those are some of the things that I sell. I have these cute little garden things that you can hang from your pot. They're called pot huggers, little turtles and little frogs. Not very many of those left. I had someone that just bought 25 of them from me all in one shipment. But I do all kinds of things. That's just a little bit. Those are just the little things I could keep right here without knocking everything behind me over. I also have my artwork on the wall behind me. Those are my paintings. There you go. Yes, those are my pour paintings. That one is, I forget what I call that. I think it's called the ocean. That's called earth. That's waterfall. That is just a hodgepodge mess that I put together that I like because it's sparkly. That is a combination of two paintings, two different paints. And that's actually a painting that was given to me by a friend that moved to Sydney, Australia. And I just don't know what it is, and I just love it. And so there it is. And that's a painting I'm working on. And that's a painting I'm working on. So, anyway, I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm fixing to start some furniture refinishing too. Fixing to take an vintage vanity, the ones that have the sunken centers. The middle part's been taken out. We're going to turn the two end pieces with 3 drawers into nightstands. And I'm going to video it, and we're going to post that too so you can see how that progress goes. Whole new venture, guys, and I'll let you know how that's going. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. It's been real. It's been fun. I've had a couple people pop in, and I'm okay with that. I didn't expect a whole bunch of people to show up. It's Sunday night. It's 8 o'clock. Most people are chilling out with their fam, and that's okay. I may need to rethink my timing. I may need to do it a little earlier or pick a different day. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you come back and watch the playback, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to comment below. Please, if you like my video, please support me. Like, comment, subscribe, share my video, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Peace. Make love, not war. Bye.